I just turned off the light, and a man in a dark robe appeared out of the darkness. Standing and looking at me. I tell a scary story. Used to work in a private security agency when I was young. And here is a scary story about my work. We were often thrown to guard various institutions. Of course, the rich got the normal objects, and people like me got abandoned construction sites, or ruins. You walk around at night, freezing and cursing your fate. Then one day I was sent to guard a hospital. I think, well, the bosses finally noticed me, and I must say, I wasn't on their good side. Too smart. I arrived at the site at night, and immediately realized that nothing had changed. The hospital was abandoned, and my partner hadn't shown up. I called in sick, but the bosses did not think to replace him. Decided that I alone quietly on duty. I brewed coffee. I settled down in the corridor of the hospital at the entrance hall. Although abandoned, but still not completely ruined. So even the heating was working. Closer to 1 o'clock I began to fall asleep. I decided to make my rounds, to clear my head. And so I walked down the dark corridor, shining the lantern in different directions, and my footsteps echo loudly under the high vaults of the ceiling. Suddenly I hear some sounds coming from the basement. I should spit on this business. But I sinfully decided that my bosses were checking me up in order to accuse me of negligence and fire me. I went downstairs. I walked down a long, creepy corridor, lined with dirty, yellowed from time tiles. And I realize that I can hear a sound behind one of the doors. It's strange in a way. It's as if a choir is singing. I creep into the room. It is large and cold inside. I wonder if I'm in a morgue. I look around, there's no one there. And then my flashlight suddenly goes out. The batteries were new, though. As soon as the light went out, the figure of a man in a dark robe materialized in front of me. I was standing a meter away from me, my face pale, and my eyes seemed to shine in the dark. The man looked at me without moving. And I see more people coming out of the darkness behind him and slowly begin to circle around me. It looks like they want to surround me. I didn't wait to find out what was going on. I ran for the exit. As I jumped out of the room, the flashlight came on. I ran to the police station and called for reinforcements. But they couldn't find anybody in the basement. My comrades in arms laughed and left. But one lingered and told me that he believed me, because he also saw them. He said that some kind of sect had settled in the abandoned hospital and that they all kind of disappeared in an instant. So he thinks that maybe they've gone to another reality, and they're coming to us to hunt. I didn't want to work in that shop anymore. Let others guard that hospital. Subscribe to the channel, there will be many more interesting things.